load off.
Another one.
Yo, welcome. Another Saturday again. It is week 12, bro. This year is going by too fast. I think it's going by fast because OSU is number one, so it makes you want to get the year over. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
Like, hey,
Nope.
they number one, man. Who cares? You know what I'm
Embrace
saying?
it, baby.
Yeah,
The rest
they
of the
feel
nation feels that way too, Johnny.
Yeah,
Fuck the rest
yeah.
of the nation.
So, that's what's going on. Every week there's a big game. Every week there's an upset or a close call that you didn't see coming. Maybe one of us did, but maybe one of us didn't. And that's what makes college football beautiful. The NIL with the transfer portal, it's even the playing field out a little bit more. And with the expansion of the playoff, now it's a game that you didn't really care about. It's got playoff implications. Tune in. Like this would have been a regular matchup. Now it's a playoff implication matchup. So the stakes are rising, and I love it. I love to watch games that mean something. You get what I'm saying? So that's what's going on, and we are chugging along a little bit too fast for me. This is my favorite time of the year. Slow down. So I'm gonna let everybody introduce themselves. Josh, go ahead.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy, the Buckeye fan of the panel today. I look like I'm sponsored by Nike. What's going on here? Anyway, it's your boy
Nike's
Josh, the
old
Buckeye
news,
fan.
Jordan's the real brand now.
Anyway, House Divided. Make sure y'all check that out for Buckeye takes as well as Michigan takes from your boy. I'm ready. It's mid-November, and we coming up on that game. So I'm hyped. Let's go.
You already know it's your boy, the Maniac. We here. Again, here with my brothers, man. Want to thank everybody for tuning in. Like Johnny said, man, November, every week is a playoff elimination game. So you got to bring your big boy pants, your big boy pads, your big boy playmaking ability if you want to see them playoffs at the end of November. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Marcus, tell them what's going on.
What's up, college football fans? Happy Saturday. Man, got a packed week, man. Things are getting tight. Everybody's excited about jockeying position for the college football pageant. I'm more excited that my team still has a chance to win the conference, man. I'm actually pretty proud about that. I think most teams or most analysts would have counted us out by now at this point in the season. So I'm ready, man. I'm ready for this weekend. Let's go notch another dub. Let's keep trekking. Let's see what happens across the league. And happy football
Your team
Saturday.
has a chance to do what?
We have
Make
one
the
loss in the
playoff.
conference.
Who gonna
We have
stop us, Josh? Who
First of
gonna
all,
stop us?
beating y'all guarantees us a playoff spot. I don't really.
It does.
That's not my
It does.
thing. That's
It
not my
does.
thing.
So who gonna
wanna
stop
win
us?
I want to win the league. So the fact that Michigan only has one conference loss right now is huge for me.
Yeah. So if we win out, we're going to make the playoff. Who gonna stop us?
So heavy.
Johnny, you
down
don't
south.
like it, Josh? You don't like America?
Oh
You
no,
think we
You don't
make
like
the
America?
playoff if you don't like
Nope.
it, Josh. You can get the heck out of here.
I guess so. At least my president ain't
You got a problem with America?
giving
Nah.
old Lewinsky.
You got a problem with America, Josh? You can get
I got
the
a
heck
problem
out
with
of here.
presidents
You got a
giving
problem with
Lewinsky
Michigan
to
and
old
America.
presidents.
You better grab your knee pads and get with it. This is America.
Get the heck out of here. Bucko.
This is America. Damn it.
Oh, man.
Yo.
Oh, hey, look.
Crazy.
Hashtag not my president.
Oval Office is turning into the red light district, boy. I tell you what.
Oh, really? let me stop. So let's
Yeah.
So the big game last week was BYU versus Texas Tech. Now, the freshman QB, the Bear, he was, cooking a little bit before this. But like I said, that Texas Tech defense, well, like I said, I know my points were he's a young QB. On a team that's balanced, good on defense, good on offense, it could turn out bad for him. You know what I'm saying? Because Texas Tech had a good defense, and that's basically what happened. You're playing a pretty complete team with a young QB, and you got steamrolled, brother. I hate to break it to you, you got steamrolled. So, what y'all got on that? Go ahead, Marcus.
So I didn't see that coming, to be honest with you. The first half of that game, it was tight, but BYU really couldn't do anything offensively. Tip your hat to Texas Tech. Red Raiders came to play that day for sure. Patty Mahomes up in the stands probably should have let us know everything that was about to go down. He probably should have let us know what to expect from that point on. But in all seriousness, they played very well, and they made it so that BYU had to play from behind all game, and I don't know if they're necessarily built to do that. And so, things that people have been calling about my own team here throughout the year. Oh, don't get down, don't get down, don't get down. Well, you kind of brush it off until that's a problem. They were undefeated. They ran into that and just didn't necessarily have the explosiveness to fight back.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, man. So, unfortunately for me, I'm trying to catch Josh because he's leading in the game of the week. So I said, whoever you go against, I'm going to pick the opposite. I did wanted to pick Texas Tech. I knew BYU was light in the ass. I'm sorry. Yeah, Bear Mockenbacher. Wow, that's a football name. I'm not going to lie. But he got put in the blender, and they put bananas and strawberries and mangoes in there, and they just blended him up, bro. They turned him through a smoothie last Saturday. The kid could not do nothing. He looked like a true freshman. Texas Tech, man, their defense is very solid. I don't know how good their offense is and how they're going to match up against teams in the playoffs, if they make it, as they should. Are they projecting to be? But they do have a receiver. We'll see, man. Defense travels. If you could play defense, you're always going to have a shot, man, against anyone, especially on a neutral field. But I mean, shout to Texas Tech. I think that the Big 12 is arguably the second worst or the worst conference in America. So, you know how it is. But shout to Texas Tech, man. BYU, they pretty much got eliminated from playoff contention. And we'll see how Texas Tech look moving forward.
Let's go, Josh. What you got on this?
Yeah, I didn't watch this game. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's a couple other games that were going on. I'm just being honest with you. But from what I can tell, I did see the fact that Texas Tech was keeping it up as far as scoring the entire game. That's crazy that I'm not the main one. But it looks like Texas Tech was able to run the ball a lot better than BYU. BYU wasn't able to stop that run, and so that's what happens. That's what happens. 29-7. Easy money for your boy.
Yeah. Yeah, and I kind of expected that game to go like that with a young player. When you play in a complete team, we as Michigan fans, we faced something like that when we played Oklahoma with a young QB playing a good defense, playing a good offense. It's a lot to put on a young team. If you can't consistently run the ball to take the pressure off of him, now it's all on him to not be good, but to probably be great. And that's a lot to ask a young quarterback.
Facts.
So we got the top 25. Like, before we get into the games, we got the top. Let's go top 12 with Ohio State, Indiana, A&M, Alabama, Georgia, Texas Tech, Ole Miss, Oregon, Notre Dame, Texas, Oklahoma, and BYU still in there.
Wow.
And most of these teams have to play each other. That's what's so beautiful about this year and what's happening now in college football. These teams have to play each other for the most part.
Yeah.
So what do y'all think? There's anybody that should be moved up, anybody that should be moved down, anybody that shouldn't be in there at all?
I think we can all agree with the Notre Dame. Notre Dame, yes, they have two bad as they say, good losses, right? Miami, Texas A&M, but a loss is a loss, bro. It doesn't matter. You came into the season as a top team in the country, so I don't want to hear that. This is not like they were Northwestern or they were Purdue, that they only two losses are to Miami and A&M. Then you could say, nah, bro, we didn't expect that. So that's the only team, but we get it. When it comes to a lot of these rankings, there's a lot of bias that's added to this, and it's about money, it's about brand. And Notre Dame getting into the playoffs is, Josh, how it go, Josh? Do the money? The money, there you go. Notre Dame in the playoffs is going to bring a lot of that, not only to them, but to the networks, right? Because they have one of the largest fan base across America. So that's the only team that I have an issue with in the top 12.
This isn't a hatred take. This is just
Let's hate.
what have you done for me lately?
Ooh, yeah.
Hate incoming.
Josh, I mean, A&M deserves to be
Tupac
number
Johnny.
one.
Here comes Tupac
No, they don't.
Johnny.
They deserve to be there. Y'all
No, they
ain't did nothing.
I didn't say that we
how you
have to
know
be
it's
number
bad.
one. I didn't say we have to be number one.
Oh, so who
Texas
should be number one?
A&M deserves to be number one
Let me tell you why, real
off a
quick.
resume.
Yes,
Or Indiana. I lean more.
I
towards
would say Indiana.
I'll give you either one. I'll give you, but this is how you know it's bad for Ohio State. They're holding on to that Texas win with their life. They're holding on and hoping, please, Texas, keep winning. Even
Like
though
Trump
Texas
on Bill
struggled
Clinton.
against Kentucky, Mississippi State, they struggle with everybody. Like all of these games are going into overtime, and they're barely winning them.
With every ranking that they go up, it's aging better and better. And
It's
do we
not.
have Texas? Do we have Texas as upset alert this week?
Yeah,
Mhm.
they play Georgia. Say goodnight.
I'm just saying it's aging pretty well. It wasn't for a little while there, but it's aging a little bit better. It's
I wanna
aging
talk
better than the
about Miami.
Oklahoma one.
I want to talk about Miami lingering about and them being the watch out for them if they somehow sneak into the ACC championship, or they could even be a 2-loss at large. I watched Miami get their ass kicked. Okay, I watched Louisville tap that ass on a Friday night before I saw Monica and Brandy, or Thursday, and that didn't look like no playoff team to me. Okay, I don't care what they do for the rest of their ACC schedule. That didn't look like a playoff team to me. And so
Sure.
if we're doing this, what I call it pageantry, and we're weighing, how did you look, and how do you weigh on a neutral field versus a top 10 team, and any of those questions don't weigh out good for Miami. None of them. So the fact that they're kind of hanging around is an issue for me. Notre Dame, it's kind of hard to call. They're not in a conference, so they don't have a chance to say, well, we owned a league, like we dominated a league. We were the best team from this area. They don't have a chance to say that. I don't know how good the Miami loss ends up looking by the end of the season, right? If they're a 3-loss team, is that really that great of a win? A 3-loss team looking on the outside of the playoff, is that a great loss, for Notre Dame?
Right. And mind you, Louisville lost last night at home to a bad Clemson team.
And then so they still got to play USC too. USC still got to play Notre Dame. That's
no.
USC
They beat USC already.
They beat USC already. Okay.
So they have all they
cleared that.
have is today. It's at Pitt. After that, I think it's Stanford and somebody else not good, and that's it.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really like the Miami. If I had to choose between Notre Dame and Miami, it sounds crazy because they lost them head to head. I go Notre Dame over Miami.
But real quick, before we move on, but Marcus, wouldn't that show a flaw in the system? How is it
Absolutely.
that we both have the same
games, maniac. Absolutely, we playing bullshit games because it's not straight up beat this team, beat that team. No, it's they were very dominant versus these teams, and how does that weigh against actual wins? Right, that's the kind of argument we having right now with Ohio State. Ohio State looks the most dominant because they've been the most deferential between their competition. But does that mean that you're that much better than everyone else in the field, or does that mean your competition is lighter than everyone else's? You can't tell, and that's what makes this shit so stupid.
Correct.
We can't tell.
No,
Let Josh
think-
get in the kitchen. Let Josh get in the
can't
kitchen.
tell.
Put
and
the
that's
heaters
being
on.
gracious by
Put the
saying we
oven
can't
on.
tell.
The only reason I asked that is because every team not named Indiana has struggled with their food. The entire season we've seen every top team struggle with their food. Texas Tech, Georgia, Alabama, Miami, name them, they've all struggled. Oregon.
Is being the best at beating bad teams mean you're the best team in the nation?
If you're not beating your
Just a yes or no.
food,
You know,
ask it again. Ask it again.
is being the best at beating bad teams mean you the best in the nation? Is that what that means?
Yes.
I don't agree with that.
Yes.
So Josh, let me
At
ask
least
you
in this
this.
season, it's shown.
Because if
So-
if you're the best at beating bad teams, and then you're average against light competition, which is what we can point to in Texas, how can you then claim that you're the best team in the country?
Because that was week 1. And
Yeah.
if
Week
if I
1, week 11, week 100. Were you average when you
if
played for
I
talent?
take out week 1, right? So that means I remove Alabama's loss against Florida State, right?
Which I'm not
I
doing.
still see struggles with Alabama. Outside of that,
But let me ask this, Josh, right? And again, year to year, you can't compare, but right, you guys had 2 losses in the regular season going into the playoffs, right? You guys didn't look like the best team. We knew you had the team to win a natty, which you ended up doing anyway. So what I'm saying is, I think regardless, teams with losses or not, it really doesn't matter. It's who's going to get hot at the right time. Because you guys did. After that Michigan game, you had an only players meeting, y'all locked in, and you guys kicked everyone's teeth in except Texas. That was a good game. But nonetheless, y'all got the job done. So me, I'm it's right now is just for argument's sake and just football talk. But once the playoff come, we going to see who's who. Because
I'm also not saying-
that's what a real
facts.
that's what we going to see who's a $2 bill and who's a $3 bill.
That's a fact.
I'm also
Yeah, we-
not saying that y'all schedule is absolute dog shit. I'm just saying the only team that's lined up against y'all with like talent has been Texas. The only team. Every other team that you played this season, you've out talented by getting off the bus.
And this is
But
my
out
point.
talented
with-
to the level of 20 plus points in most cases.
This is my point with Texas, though. Last 3 games, Kentucky 16-13 OT, Mississippi State 45-38 OT, Vanderbilt 34-31 almost OT. Like, come on, they struggle with everybody, and that's it's Josh. You know it's crazy. They because they should have lost. at least
but
one of
that's
those.
because to Super Saiyan's point, they do have an elite defense. Their offense just doesn't get it going sometimes, especially when they need it to happen. Especially Arch Manning.
Fair.
Texas. Gotcha.
Fair. I think
Um,
no, but I think if Texas, look, all jokes aside, if Arch could play to his standard and the offense could get it clicking, listen, Texas is going to be a scary team for even Ohio State again. I wouldn't want to see them again in the playoffs if they clicking on all cylinders. Not saying y'all can't beat them, not saying y'all won't be favored, but I'm telling you, to beat a team twice in one season, y'all know that. Oregon last year, we saw what y'all did to them in the playoffs. But we'll see, man. It's going to be a beautiful next 3 weeks.
Last thing for me, Carrington Wilkins said Indiana has struggled with multiple teams, but they have still come out on top. They have struggled, but those teams, I would argue, at least Oregon and
Iowa, and Penn State.
And Penn State, I feel like those 4 teams are all similar, with Indiana taking the clear lead amongst them. But Indiana, Oregon, Iowa, Penn State, they're close.
You don't think Oregon is a cut above Penn State and Iowa?
No, because Oregon had close games with both of them. One went to overtime. It's clear that they're close.
They beat the shit out of
Even if
Minnesota last night.
Oregon is a little bit above, they're at least close.
Okay. They look good last night, by the way, Oregon.
I'm about to say, they beat the hell out of Minnesota.
That's
true.
That's what's expected when they play Minnesota. I'm gonna keep.
I'm just looking at, you know why, Johnny? They had a lot of key offensive players out, and then just still to do what they did, it was expected. You're right. I'm not saying it wasn't, but it was They didn't struggle one bit against Minnesota. It was easy work. But real quick, Oregon has USC at home, and then they at Washington. I think they dropped one of those games, gentlemen.
Okay. Let's
Who? What are we talking about?
hold on to it. Let's hold on to it.
USC, Oregon has USC next week at home, and then they finish with at Washington.
Okay.
Washington is different at home. Even Ohio State got them, but they made them sweat a little bit. It wasn't no 45-6. It was only 20.
Wrong.
They
You're
hold them.
not wrong.
They held OSU to their second lowest scoring points, only 24 that game.
All right, y'all. Let's go on and get into the games. Let's
talk about it.
We got number 11 Oklahoma at number 4 Alabama. Like I said, these teams in the top 12, they got to play each other, especially these SEC teams. They have to play each other, in the same with the Big Ten also. So you got Oklahoma coming in. Obviously, we all know Brent Venables, that defense that he keeps with him, that he schemes up. It's just amazing. It's better than Matt Patricia's, if I'm being honest.
Cap, you don't believe that. You don't believe that.
But yes, so a high pressure defense, and offensively they have John Mateer, who he's inconsistent, and part of that is because he doesn't have a run game. He is their run game for the most part. And then you've got number 4 Alabama. They have an elite passing game, and Ty Simpson is having a really good year. 21 TDs to 1 interception. That's everything you want in efficiency.
Yep.
And Alabama is also good at forcing and protecting the ball. So that's complementary football. That's football right there. When people ask you, what do you want your team to be? That's kind of a verbatim what you want, but the thing that they have a problem with is the run game. So let me shut up. What y'all got? Marcus, what do you think?
Yeah, this was going to be a tough outing for John Mateer and the Sooners, which is unfortunate for us, having that as one of your only 2 losses of the season, being a top 12 team right now. That bodes well for us. But looking at the prospect of John Mateer behind, Oklahoma's offensive line, him having the shoulder, the running load, like Johnny said, them still at this late point in the season not really having a change up in the running game to depend on. It's gonna be tough sledding, man. It's gonna be tough sledding. Alabama's motivated. This is one of their last conference games as well. Is this their last conference game? When did they start playing John Brown State or the Citadel? When does that happen?
Next week. And
Illinois.
then they end it every year with Auburn.
Okay, so they got Auburn still in the schedule, but they're in shambles right now, so might as well doesn't even count. So yeah, this is their last real conference game. Highly motivated. They could maybe sit some guys in the next game and get healthy for the playoff, even if they went. There's a lot of motivation to closing out now. Obviously, you don't go in the tanker and not compete for the next 2 weeks, but this is the one that they feel like if they win, they're in. So. You're going to be expecting a Superman-like performance from John Mateer if they're able to get it done. And I don't know if he's got another one of those, especially against Alabama right now, because they do look good. I do like Ty Simpson. I think he's squarely in the Heisman race right now. I'm a Mendoza guy, but if you like Mendoza, you can't not like Ty Simpson because of what Johnny said. 1 interception. It's just.
Won't you be a saying guy?
No.
Be a saying guy.
No.
Freeze over here.
No, we're not doing that. But no. I think if for some reason they're able to get a running back to pop, that might change their fortunes. And it's just that simple. I think the reason why, you see those errant passes from him every now and again is because they use him like a hammer. They got to use him like a sledgehammer. And then it's like, all right, get your mind right and read progressions. Yeah.
So,
it's tough sled.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes, sir. Oklahoma, Alabama. We know last season what Oklahoma did to Bama. There's definitely revenge on their mind. They going into Tuscaloosa. Auburn, like you mentioned, Johnny, in the beginning of the show. This is a playoff game for Oklahoma. They lose tonight, they 100% out the playoffs. The only way if they keep winning. And Oklahoma has had a brutal schedule, man, a brutal schedule, just like week in and week out. And unfortunate for Oklahoma, like you guys mentioned, is that the running game they don't have, and that's crazy because Oklahoma through the years always had a very good running back in the stable, but this year they don't. And John Mattia sometimes is asked to do too much. When you just have a one-man offense, chances are you're not going to win these kind of games. This is a game where you're going to need multiple weapons, multiple tools in the toolbox. You just can't build a table with a hammer. You need a drill gun. You need some nails. So Oklahoma, they better go to Home Depot and get some tools because right now, Alabama in the SEC is the best team right now, right? But you guys also mentioned that Alabama has something Oklahoma has, and that's not a good running game. And Oklahoma, say what you want, they got defense. So this is going to come down to who can run the ball, gentlemen. Who's going to control the line of scrimmage on the offensive side of things? Can Alabama get it going? Can Oklahoma take some pressure off Mattia by running the ball? That is the $1 million question, but this is going to be a heavyweight fight, bro. This is a must-see game. A lot of punches are going to be thrown. Somebody's going to get knocked down. They're going to get up, but it's going to be a game. This is football. These are going to be one of the better games today, man. I can't wait to see Ty Simpson. Let's see if he could continue being hot. I mean, a big game today could absolutely catapult him to the forefront of the Heisman race.
Oop, my bad.
I'll go again. Shit. All right.
That's
No,
crazy.
no, you had your time. Go ahead, Josh.
No, when it comes to Alabama, I think Marcus mentioned this. The rest of their schedule, Eastern Illinois and Auburn, that just doesn't read to me. If this is going to be the toughest game that you have within this 3 weeks, I feel like you're going to probably give it your all and then coast through the rest of the season into the playoffs. Therefore, and especially it's a home game too for Alabama. Therefore, I like Ty Simpson being comfortable, even though Brent Venables and his defense is going to come to play. I just don't think it's going to be enough. I think ultimately Alabama's got something in store for Oklahoma as they coast into the cupcake part of their season.
Got you. So moving on, this is actually this was my upset alert.
Uh-oh.
Notre Dame thinks that they're that. Number 9 Notre Dame against 22 Pitt. Pitt, I need you. I'm gonna keep it real. I need them bad to win this game because I cannot stand Notre Dame bot.
Yeah,
I cannot stand
he's the worst. He's the worst.
I need them to lose. But Notre Dame is coming in playing well. I got to give them their flowers. They playing well. They ain't playing the greatest of competition to get to this point after they lost those two. Up until now, they ain't playing the greatest of competition. So they a little bit fugazi, if I'm going to be real. But they got Jeremiah Love, who's running it well, and he's got almost 1,000 yards. But Pitt, going against Pitt, they have one of the best defenses against the run. So you've got good on good. Who's gonna win the matchup? Who's gonna win that matchup? Good run defense versus good rush offense. Or you could even say great rush defense against great rush offense. Who's gonna win that battle? And then you also got the quarterbacks. CJ Carr, redshirt freshman. He's kind of finding his way, getting into a groove, and he's getting consistent. Now, Pitt has started to play their freshman quarterback. What's his name? Mason. Oh boy, he's one of these names. Heinzel. Mason Heinzel.
Chakapuku. Chaka chaka. Muku muku.
Yo.
But he's led them on a 5-game winning streak. So you got a hot quarterback against, a consistent quarterback. Who wins it? Sometimes being hot is better than being good. I'm in the zone right now. You know, it don't matter who we play. I'm just kind of in the zone. I'm playing above my talent, I guess you would say, call that at this time. So what y'all got? We'll start with you, Josh.
Yeah, so you made a lot of good points. I think Pittsburgh is top 3 in rushing defense,
Yes,
which should be somewhat stifling towards the core of Notre Dame running backs that have been playing really well. I just don't think it will be. I have a feeling that Notre Dame is playing for something greater to hopefully get back into the playoffs, whereas Pitt is not doing the same. And they may be hot, and that may play a factor into this. Maybe it makes it close. I just feel like Notre Dame is playing for something a little bit more. And I like Marcus Freeman.
Why do you
when
like
he plays
him,
us.
Josh?
I wonder
Except when he
why.
plays us.
I wonder why, Johnny. I wonder why.
I give him the benefit of the doubt unless he's playing us. It's just,
Wow.
it's just different.
What
They say
about
the
against
SEC
Miami
is different.
against A&M? What about
I like
against
Marcus
Marshall
Freeman.
in Northern Illinois?
I like Marcus Freeman. I
It
didn't
is
say I like
different.
Notre
It's
Dame.
different at Notre Dame for sure. It's different for sure.
I don't like how you said that, but
Go ahead, Mark.
it's different.
It's definitely different over there. So as I remember it, the one time that Notre Dame ended up looking its worst was when they couldn't get Jeremiah Love off, when they couldn't really get him going in the running game right against Miami. If there's a team left on their schedule that's really geared up to do that, it's probably going to be Pitt. So I think that's where the upset special of it all comes from, is that their bread and butter is going to be somewhat limited today, you would have to think. So then it really just boils down to how much you believe in CJ Carr. I think he's played okay. I think he's played good this season. Is he a guy that's going to put you over in a playoff-like scenario, which de facto, that's what this ends up being for them today? I guess we'll see. We'll see. I don't really have an opinion either way, but he'll have to prove it for sure today.
Yeah. So I'm a little upset. In the words of my brother, the Maze Man, I'm upset. I don't know if you guys heard Pat Narduzzi's press conference leading up to this game, but he said he doesn't care if they lose by 70 in this game. He's more concerned, as per him, he's more concerned about the conference games remaining, because those are the games that, if they win, will get them into the ACC.
He said that out loud to the media for everybody to hear?
Out loud, Marcus.
Okay.
You could YouTube it. He said, I don't care.
My confidence is gone now.
Don't
see that before.
Don't quote me. He said something.
He said something to that effect.
Of I really don't care. Yeah, it just basically what he mentioned was he don't care if they lose this game. It doesn't matter to him, and it's not a big game. We could lose by 70. He said like 70. He said a word like that crazy. But look, that could also be reverse psychology, right? Because Pat Narduzzi, us Michigan fans know him very well. When he was the DC at Michigan State, he had these guys flying around. One of the best defenses they ever had was under Pat Narduzzi. He's going to have his guys playing. I mean, if you're fighting for a playoff spot, you want to be a top 10 team, a top 12 team at home. And Pitt is the only roadblock for Notre Dame moving forward. So
lose by 100 is wild.
On paper, lose by 100. Look, and that's a 70. And that's a 70. Damn. I was being nice. So I said 70. So the point is this, man. The point is this. If he's going to, if Pitt, they're going to come out to play, man. They're going to come to win this game. I think, Marcus, you made a point that whenever Jeremiah Love struggles to get off, so does the Notre Dame offense. Boston College had them in the blender for about 3.5 quarters until they got off. And they're arguably the worst team in the ACC. That's Boston College. So, look, man,
Virginia Tech. I'm
not going to say Pitt clear cut, but This is going to be another fist fight. You know, this is a Pennsylvania team. You know, those teams are just tough, especially when you're playing in that state. Notre Dame ain't your typical Notre Dame team. They're a good team, don't get me wrong. They do have players all over the field, but I expect this game to be another fist fight, man. These are playoff games because Notre Dame has to win this game. They lose 3 games, their chances of going in is no bueno. So I can't wait.
Do we have never mind. Do we have Ohio State on the docket?
No,
Okay. All right.
y'all don't play nobody.
Now do your thing. I just want to address these Carnell Tate rumors once you're finished.
Johnny's face
Yeah,
when he said
he's
that.
scared. Hey, you must be nervous. The big dog down? What's up?
If anything, for me, I'm happy because Brandon Ennis is going to get more targets.
I'm happy as crazy if Carnell Tate is injured for the year. I'm happy.
Well, first of all, for the year, it's crazy. I didn't see
Wow.
that.
That's what the
I didn't see for
rumors
the year. I
are,
saw
that
out for
that
this
he's
game.
out.
I saw.
Now, I
for this
hope
game.
not, bro. I hope he's not out for the year, man. That'd be crazy. The year he's having. Nah, I
The
hope,
year? No, I
I
didn't
hope-
see that.
I hope that's a lie.
I don't
Yeah,
think so. That's cap. I think that's cap.
You know, it'll be interesting to see. You know, hopefully he's not hurt. I thought they kept him out to stat pad for their Messiah, Jeremiah Smith. Carnell Tate's okay, but we only care about Jeremiah. As long as we
What is
got
this
him,
voice you're doing?
we're okay. He's the best ever, right?
If that's our voice, why are we the number 1 team in the country? You want the number 1
You
team
can
in the
still
country
have
to
a
sound
voice
like that? That
Just 'cause
sounds
you number
crazy.
one, that means you don't sound like some pipsqueaks.
I don't think the number 1 team should sound like that. That's crazy.
We're the number 1 team in the country,
Anyway,
Mister.
no, I don't think he's out for the season. I don't.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I doubt it. I doubt it. Yeah, I doubt it. He's good. Y'all good. Yeah. Keep him out. It ain't got nothing to do with play UCLA. Yeah, hold him to the 29th. So y'all could say the reason he didn't have a good game was because y'all held him back 2 games late in the season.
But what I was gonna say is Nico is also out. So like
Who?
Nico not playing?
Nico's out
Nico,
for the game because of a
Amalala-
concussion.
For
Wow.
real?
Yeah, it was gonna be a
man.
blowout either way.
So
probably.
like
Yeah, it
it's
wouldn't
about to be
matter.
a
It wasn't.
football.
Yeah, it
Super
wasn't.
saying. Jackson Smith and Jigba. What is it? Chris Olave, Marvin Harrison Jr., Jeremiah Smith,
Brandon
Garrett
Ennis.
Wilson. I don't fear Carnell Tate. I don't fear nothing y'all got at the X, Z, or Y. I don't fear none of it. That's not where our game is won. If we haven't proven that by now, then please stay on that
What
way.
do you mean by fear?
I do not fear any wide receiver y'all march out. It could be Randy Moss. It's not going to matter.
What?
Wow.
Damn,
Huh?
how
Yeah,
good
talk-
do the wide
talk your
receivers
shit.
need to be?
Talking-
How good do they
talk
need
your
to be? How good do they need to be? You hear what I
No,
just
Super
named?
Saiyan,
Y'all?
you're right.
First rounder
We'll
after
revisit this
first
in
rounder
2
after first rounder after first rounder after first rounder after first rounder. How good do the wide receivers need to be?
Saying you're not afraid of what they'll do
No.
is crazy.
Why should I be? Why should I be?
In fact, we're not afraid
Because
of
that's
that.
how they'll beat you. What do you mean?
Dog. What was the corner that we got last
I
year in the
understand-
transfer
I
portal? The
understand not
senior
being afraid.
Who was his
Oh,
name?
Aaron Hall. Aaron Hall.
Aaron.
Yeah,
It was
Hall.
Aaron Hall. Yeah, okay. Aaron Hall was on Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate last year. How'd that go? How we do? How do we do?
I understand your
How
confidence.
did we
around winning.
do? Why should I fear Carnell Tate now after all of these years?
Because that's
Don't
how
be-
you will lose the game. Just because you feel like your team has done good in the past against them.
I'm
does
so
not mean
glad
it's
that
gonna
that
happen the same way.
continues to be y'all's posture. Is that eventually we just gonna win outside? We gonna win outside now. Now that they done beat some of the
Our
best
run
wide
game-
receivers
our
we've ever
run
had
game
in
is not
program
good enough.
history, but
Our run
eventually
game
we
is
gonna
not
win
good enough.
outside. I'm so glad that's still y'all
We
posture.
have to win outside
Keep
because
that
not
energy.
only do
Yep.
we have the best
Mhm.
receivers in the nation, y'all don't have the DBs to stop it.
Okay.
Y'all don't have the
Amir
DBs to
Hall.
stop
Amir
it.
Hall. That was his name. Yep. Amir Hall.
Amir. Sorry,
Y'all
not
don't have
Aaron.
the DBs
Good.
to stop the pass game here.
Okay.
So if
Cool.
we do win the run game, it's because we passed all game against y'all.
Bet.
You should be afraid of that.
I love it. I love
Okay.
that energy.
We're-
I hope
we're
Me,
not
that's
afraid
the
of
I
it.
hope
We'll get to
everybody within
We'll see in 2 weeks.
the Woody feels exactly the way you feel. I hope.
You're
and
not
pray
going to
that
stop it.
That's what they feel.
Y'all can't stop it. Y'all had a better chance stopping it last year because y'all had Will Johnson. Y'all don't have that
He
anymore.
didn't even play.
Didn't play.
Will Johnson didn't play.
Y'all had better DBs regardless.
Okay.
Did y'all not? Did y'all
Okay.
not? Did y'all
Okay.
not have better DBs last year? Why
Zeke
So
Berry,
hold on,
Jair
wait.
Hill
We got
there.
Zeke Berry, Jair Hill, Caleb
same.
Anderson, and Jaden Sanders, right? That's our main four right now.
No,
And last
TJ Metcalf. TJ Metcalf.
Metcalf. And then last year we had Jair, we had Will
Amir
was hurt.
Hall
We had Amir Hall.
and Zeke. So the
And
three
Zeke
corners.
was playing the nickel, right?
Yeah.
So like I would say we a little bit better off in terms of depth this year than we were last year for sure.
Well, I would say this. Even if your DBs are, let's just say, the same as they were last year, y'all had a better defensive line last year as well. Right? So y'all are getting better pressure than y'all would this year. All right. Your linebacker core is not super impressive. I do like Jimmy Roder and Hausman, but it's not like y'all's defense is what it was last year. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, so look, I'll say this, right? We still 2 weeks away to really go win, right? Of course, I see there's no debate. Ohio State has the best wide receiver room in the nation. Doesn't matter about competition. These two guys are elite. These two guys are top 5 picks when they eligible. Cornell Tate this year, Jeremiah Smith next year. He might be the number 1 pick, depending who's picking. But Marcus does right as a Michigan fan. Of course, he's not saying we know those receivers are different. But my brother, if we looking at from 21 to 24, bro, you had like 6 receivers going the first round that we played. So it's not like this is going to be something Michigan's never seen. Like, oh my God, they understand. It's still dangerous, and they might go off on us. That's a possibility. I'm not sitting here and saying there's no way. But just to say that, oh, we got these guys, and we like, oh, it's over. Nah, bro, you can't say that. So it's you got to
our
run
linebacker
the
core
It's
was
going to be
unimpressive?
cold. Trust me. Josh, you know it's going to come down to the running game. If y'all stop our run game, then it's going to be a long day for us. As a Michigan fan, I'm saying that. If we're getting consistent run, I'm not talking about 10, 12, just 4, 5, then 10, and Bryce is making some throws, and we're controlling clock. That game is going to be different. Those OSU fans are like, oh, my God, it can't be 5 in a row. And that's why we're going to play. We're not going to be pretty that game. We're going to play an ugly, control, run the ball, stubborn offense, because that's what's beaten Ohio State the last 4 years. But anyway, moving on.
I understand why y'all wouldn't be afraid of losing the game, period, but y'all got to be a little afraid of the wide receivers is all I'm at.
We're not.
Oh,
We're
you're
not.
dangerous. Your receivers are crazy. No one can take that from y'all. Come on, we know. But to say
don't
that,
think they get it, y'all. They
you know,
still don't get it.
We've seen Jeremiah Smith, we've seen Cornell Tate, so we'll see. Look, the game is in 2 weeks.
We moving on. We're moving on. It's plenty of time to talk about that. And honestly, the show before the game might be nothing but the game talk. But as Michigan fans, we're just not afraid of them because that's what y'all always have. What's new? It's nothing new for us. That's the thing.
A defense that can also back up. You know what? Never mind. We're moving on.
Yeah. You doubt the defense. You doubt the defense, but y'all doubt it every year. So it's nothing new for us.
No, I meant our defense is better.
All right. Anyway, Texas A&M, Missouri number 3. Who put that? A&M 3, Missouri number 3. Yeah. Missouri's probably like 23. I don't know.
I'm gonna fix it. So we got Texas A&M at Missouri number 22, and Texas A&M is number 3. And this is a playoff game. This is similar, kind of a playoff game, for seeding, at least for A&M, playing another good team. A&M is still trying to prove themselves, playing a good team. Marcel Reed is dynamic. He's a dynamic playmaker. You get what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting to see. Missouri also has a really good defense, and their quarterback is out. They're starting true freshman Matt Zollers. and similar to what we hear people say about Michigan or Sharon Moore. Oh, we got to have a back. We got to have a number 2 quarterback. Well, most teams don't have a really good number 2 quarterback. Most teams have a young dude that hasn't played, and he's not going to be that good. That's just the facts of college football, and even in the NFL, that's kind of how it goes. Your number 2 is usually a big drop off. So we'll see. Can they muster up enough of a run game with Ahmad Hardy to take the pressure off Matt Zollers being a true freshman? So what you got, Marcus?
What's that running back from Missouri's name? I'm sorry, Marcus.
You good?
Hardy.
It's
Hardy.
It's Texas A&M versus
No,
South
the
Carolina.
running back from Missouri.
Ahmad Hardy.
Missouri's running Hardy. Yo,
Hardy.
that dude is he's the truth. That dude is the truth.
It's
Do we
Texas
have the
A&M
right
versus
game?
South Carolina this week.
But yeah, I thought it was Lenore
Who did this?
versus Reed.
Well, somebody, Mays done got this is Mays. This ain't me, y'all. This ain't me. This is Mays did this.
That's hilarious. All right, so we doing A&M versus South Carolina. They at South Carolina or are they in College Station?
College Station.
So South Carolina is a capable team.
Yep.
I say they're capable, meaning they're not consistent enough to be a good team, but they have enough talent with Sellers to be capable of upsetting a team like A&M who doesn't play good defense. You know what I'm saying? Their defense it's not consistent, but Marcel Reed in the offense, they are consistent. You know what I'm saying? And they're dynamic. So with South Carolina, it's on Sellers. Be that superhero that everybody thought you could be in the preseason. If he plays dynamic, South Carolina could have come with the upset. This could have been upset special. This really could have been. So let me fix the graphic and go.
Oh yeah, they beat them last week. I'm bugging out, bro. I need more coffee. No, and speaking of Zellers, you heard right? He's gonna sit out the remainder of the season and enter the portal.
What?
That's what I heard. I don't know. Unless that was a legit check. Look it up, Josh. See
Looking it up
that
right now.
unless that was
That'd be
one of
nuts.
these bootleg sites that
South
said
Carolina faces Lenora Sellers transfer portal warning as potential destination reported. He might join the Miami Hurricanes.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Are you leaving or not? Are you leaving or not?
That's just the headline that I saw. I don't know how.
How? Okay. So do we even know if he's playing in this game?
I do see that he plans to sit out the remainder of the season.
Wow. Yeah, I mean they're like if they lose this one, they're out of bowl consideration. So it's not like they're playing for a whole lot.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Marcel Reed, I think this is a game for him to, keep getting in tune. It's a chance for Texas A&M's defense, now that it seems like they're going to be playing a backup, to really put some better tape out there for the committee. That's the type of stuff that they like. I don't think they're naturally going to look at it like, oh, that was a backup quarterback, or, as a team that's given up. They'll see a defensive performance that looks impressive and reward you accordingly. I don't really think the people in that room are digging that deep. So this is a good week for them to pad themselves and try to slide up maybe into the top 2 seeds.
Go ahead, Josh. This
Wrigley Field looks disgusting. That field is soggy, slip and slide right now. We just going to bully ball them. We're going to bully ball them all day.
I mean,
knock them around.
That's what y'all do. Y'all run the ball. Yeah. South Carolina just don't have the people. I'm going to assume Lenora Sellers is playing in this game, but even if he is, Texas A&M is just, they're going to lose this season. It's just not going to be to South Carolina.
Who do you think they lose to? Texas? Oh, that's what you're hoping on.
We'll get there when that week comes up.
You can't fool me. I know how you Buckeyes think. I know how y'all think.
I think I'm just going to upset them before the end of the regular season. That's all.
Okay. Go ahead, Maniac.
Yeah, man. Texas A&M, South Carolina. I mean, what is it to really talk about regarding this game? A&M this is a game that you got to remain focused, you got to remain fresh, and of course, more importantly, win the game, believe with no injuries, right? Late in the season, that's the last thing you can afford, especially when they have a potential to compete for a national championship. South Carolina, you mentioned it. They were a team that had a lot of hype going into the season, and they just doodle this year. And but you still got to watch out. You're on the road, and this is South Carolina's national championship. So if they could do anything to get some momentum moving forward, it's to get an upset today at home against the Aggies.
Got you. All right, y'all. Let's move on to the actual game of the week. This is right. This is right. So,
You sure about that?
I'm sure this one. I am sure. I didn't make the outline. I didn't make it. I ain't gonna say no name, but it wasn't me.
You already said the name.
Oh, my bad. So look, we got for the game of the week, and this is one that I've got some cash in the air with this one because I've got Texas not making the playoff with Voice of College Football host for the Texas channel if they don't make the playoff. I made this right after they lost to Ohio State, so I need them to lose. So number 10 Texas is at number 5 Georgia. Kirby, I need you to do what you got to do. So Texas's offense versus Georgia's defense. You got Arch Manning, who has his struggles. He's inconsistent, to say the least. And going against Georgia, they're stout against the run, but their pass defense, it's spotty, to say the least. So who's going to show up? Who's going to show up? Arch Manning being consistent or Georgia's inconsistent pass defense? Which one? What's the matchup? And then you have Georgia's offense with Gunnar Stockton, who quiet as kept. Gunnar Stockton, he putting together a pretty decent year. You know what I'm saying? People kind of wrote him off, and he's kind of rising to the occasion. Like, okay, you need me to be that dude? Okay, I got a little of that in there. Get on my back sometimes, And going against Texas's defense, who we all know Texas has a really good defense. So the matchups are crazy. This is what college football is about. We remember last year this matchup when Georgia just blew their doors off and had Quinn Ewers and Arch Manning over there on the sideline looking like football might not be for me. This might not be for me, coach. So what y'all got? I guess I'll start with you, Josh.
All right, so I think somebody in the comments said it. Georgia is a second half team. They seem like they fall asleep at the wheel for most of the game, and then all of a sudden, mid-third quarter, fourth quarter comes around, and they wake up and win the game. I don't know what that is, and I promise you, a better team is going to make them pay for that. But I don't know what it is, but they keep doing it, and so we got to say something about that. And then for Texas, I think Texas still sneaks into the playoffs despite not winning this game potentially. So
that's a hot take. That's right out the oven hot. Woo!
I'll just slide that in there.
Texas will make it even if they lose this game.
I don't know.
They beat somebody even better, even higher on the list than Georgia.
A&M. He's talking about A&M.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just throwing that out there.
Indirectly, you're saying.
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see. We got a couple weeks. Maze, what up?
All right. Go ahead, Marcus.
Let's talk about Gunnar Stockton a bit, right? Because I think he got a little bit of Staquavius Bennett in him. He got a little bit of that in him. It's something. Mike Bobo, when he get these quarterbacks late in the season, it usually works out. I think Carson Beck was the one little bugaboo where it wasn't necessarily hitting like that. But Mike Bobo finds a way to get those slightly mobile, not Mike Vick fast, but just fast enough, quick and twitchy enough to get out the pocket, right? Has a very good deep ball, good trajectory on deep balls, and they are consistently one of the highest behind the line of scrimmage pass throwers. So basically everything is run with Georgia, right? Even when we're not running the ball, we running the ball because we tossing it off the running back short, or we doing bubble screens for run control, right? Like they're consistently 1 or 2 in passes behind the line of scrimmage because that's how they play. And when you leverage so much down towards the line of scrimmage, okay, we're gonna counter here, we're gonna trap here, we're gonna power here. Okay, bubble screen, bubble screen, bubble screen. There's so much focus being put into the box. You can't help but bust. You can't pause. You can't help but have a coverage slip. You can't help it. Can't help it because everything is now I'm watching my words. Everything is leveraged so hard against the line of scrimmage. So I think that's the kind of inevitable position that Georgia puts defenses in because you have to come inside. Oh my God. You gotta force more of your defense towards the line of scrimmage.
You talking crazy today.
Yeah, man. Game of the week, GOTW. And the words of Josh, SEC. So again, this is a playoff game. Definitely a playoff matchup. Even for Georgia. Georgia at 2 losses could slip depending who behind them wins, can overtake them. So it's gonna be interesting. Now, look, I know this is not gonna be a popular opinion, but look, yes, Texas has struggled, but I think they peaking. And Sark, since joining the SEC, only has 3 SEC losses. 2 of them coming via the Bulldogs. So this today is for him to get over the hump. Can he get over the hump? Georgia already lost at home this year to Alabama, but we know Georgia has an Alabama problem. Now we're going to see if Sark has a Georgia problem. So we shall see today. This is going to be, if Texas is going to win on the road, there's going to be one guy that's going to have to play out his ass, and his name is Arch Manning. If Arch Manning go in there and play and execute, and he's not turning the ball over, trust and believe Texas is going to be in this game in the 4th quarter. This will be a 4th quarter game without a doubt. Texas understands what's ahead of them. Even though I know, Josh, you mentioned that with a loss, you still think Texas gets in. I say otherwise. They must win today. It will be their best win on the road against a top 5 team on the road. And it will give Texas that credit now and the respect that we was all giving them when the season started. So this is, without a doubt, the game of the week. And this is going to be a heavyweight matchup, man. This is going to be football. Don't miss it. And Georgia, yes, they're very methodical offense, but that running back number 3, I forget his name, man. He's a dog. They got some good running backs. And Zachariah Branch, we start to see the emergence of Zachariah Branch. We know he was a highly touted wide receiver coming out of high school, went to USC. He wasn't working out. He transferred. So it's going to be interesting, man. Gunnar Stockton, who has the better game today, gentlemen? Stockton or Manning? We shall see.
Give me G Money.
G Money. What are these names? Stequavius, G Money.
They go to Georgia. That's how they, they getting them. They getting them. They getting them Hellcats. They turn into different people.
Yo, they do. No, it's a fact. They turn into traffic demons.
That's what they were already.
Traffic demons.
So let's moving on to so we've talked about the games. Josh's favorite segment this year, the Heisman favorite. And we just had Mendoza come from behind.
Mendoza don't hit like Diego.
Lift his team up to win against Penn State at Penn State that Josh said was the upset special last week, and he came back and got the dub. Heisman moment activated.
I gotta let the audience know before you go, Josh. I gotta let the audience know that this group of gentlemen here, including Maze Madman, jinxed the Nittany Lions last week. They jinxed them. They had that game sold up. They was in the group chat. Oh, I can't believe they did it. I'm like, stop. They're like, oh, they won. I'm like, I quit. It ain't over yet. And then lo and behold, here they go and just walking down the field. That drive even started with a sack. They got out of a 2nd and 20 to start that drive. Y'all jinxed him. Y'all jinxed him. He's alive because of y'all. Mendoza should send y'all a check.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
what
man.
did I say that they was gonna win by 30?
I
So
remember
what?
getting
Saying,
destroyed
so what?
last week.
I'm the host.
Absolutely
I have to give the
destroyed.
whole tape. I have to give everybody's tape. But they still won. So hey, players
I
mess
got
up too.
destroyed
mess
last
up.
week for saying that. I just want to throw that out there. I said, oh, it might be an upset alert. I was kind of joking, but kind of serious at the same time. I got destroyed last week from the chat. And yet, look what happened.
You was right there. No, you did. That was, and you've been, not only you mentioned it last week, Josh, you've been whispering it for weeks. You said, listen, there's gonna be another team that's gonna upset them. So I got, you know me, I'm a florist. I give the flowers out. You know what I'm saying? I give you your bouquet. You know, as far as look, I think we all agree that this is unfortunately a sad class of Heisman finalists. Not to say these guys ain't talented, not to say that these guys won't be good in the NFL. It's just not that buzz like we've had in the past years. So the Mendoza drive, right? You, of course, the heard around the world, hey, give him the Heisman, Gus Johnson. I wouldn't go that far, me, to say that was give him the Heisman, but it did show dog. It did show resolve. It did show that this team can win, right? When you're back against the wall. You can't win them all pretty. And I'm going to go to you, Josh, because you know, last season, you played Nebraska at home. They were coming off a 50-point loss to Indiana, and you guys barely beat them at home, right? And you got a lot of flack for that. But guess what happened? You end up winning the Natty. So people got to understand, you can say what you want about Penn State. No one wins them all pretty. No team. You're going to win some ugly games. That's just how it works. The thing is, you have to win. So Mendoza winning the game in the fashion they did, it definitely propelled him. But I know a lot of people not going to like this. But yes, Julian Sayin is absolutely right there. He's on his bumper. And I think it's going to come down to these two guys when it's all said and done.
I want to answer Garrison's question.
Garrison
If
makes a
y'all down
great
to
point.
UCLA in the fourth quarter and Julian Sayin leads a comeback drive similar to what we just seen from Mendoza, the media is absolutely going to make that a Heisman moment. For sure. He saved the season.
That's
he
what
saved
happened.
Ohio State's undefeated season.
No,
100%.
that's how college football works. That's just how it works.
You don't think that that's going to be Julian Sayin's Heisman moment if he's in that situation?
If Julian Sayin is having a good game up to that point, maybe. Mendoza was not having the greatest game prior to that, and that's part of the reason they were in the situation, right?
Yeah.
You can't all of a sudden win it at the end when you've been shitting the bed for the other.
But I would say the only, well, no, because Mendoza has that too. I was going to say Julian Sayin been tight all season, but so has Mendoza. So if that's
I wouldn't, like I said,
that's how the Heisman works. If you play bad, but guess what? The goal is to win the game. If I play bad, then lift my team up to win, it's gonna become a Heisman moment. I don't make the rules, I just understand.
No, that's fair.
If Julian Sayin did the same thing, I might kill him. On here because I don't like
everyone
Ohio
would
State.
kill him.
But the media is going to praise him for winning the game. That's what's going to happen.
I agree that that's the case for literally every other quarterback. But if Julian Sayin specifically did that, being that he is the Ohio State quarterback, they would shit on him so bad because everybody hates Ohio State.
Man, well, I would say,
Stop it,
Josh. I would say this.
Y'all want to be the villain so bad. Y'all just like LeBron. Y'all just like LeBron
hates Ohio
2011.
SEC
I'm the
fans
villain.
hate
I'm the
Ohio
villain.
State.
Yo,
Michigan
ain't no villain.
hates Ohio State.
No, we do.
You ain't
Hates
no
Ohio
No,
villain.
State.
no, but Josh, the media loves you guys. The media loves you guys. Let's cut
What media?
let's cut it out. You
What
guys,
media?
y'all get all the love. It's not Ohio against the world. That's what Ohio feels like. But of course, a team that wins, you're not going to be like often. And I would just say this to Indiana's defense. Mendoza was without his best receiver that game. We didn't mention that, right?
Okay.
Surratt did not play that game, right? Because if that was the case, if like Cornell Tate didn't play against Purdue, we could have scored 50, but Cornell Tate didn't play. Okay, he didn't play. It is what it is. So, context matters when it comes to a lot of this. So without his best receiver to do it, he doesn't. You guys live in the mansion, bro. You gotta spoil your kid with all the toys. So when you buy another toy, nobody's looking at you like, all right, you couldn't afford that. But when you get a kid from the gutter that's fucking using EBT for everything, and he get a nice toy, we gonna praise him like, oh shit, you got a toy. That's what's up.
Is Indiana the team from the gutter?
Definitely.
With the EBT?
They just listen. Look, all right. With the exception of the last 2 seasons, tell me about Indiana real quick so we can wrap it up. Doodle.
I will give them respect that even though they didn't have Elijah Surratt, Omar Cooper is also kind of that guy. And it proved itself in that end zone catch.
Yeah. All right. So cool. Let's get to the picks, man. We got a couple of minutes, right? No one's doing the segment, right? Except Josh at the end.
So we got what is it? Oklahoma, Alabama. I got Bama.
Give me Bama.
Bama.
Yeah, Bama. Real quick, in the chat, they saying that Ohio, the media hates Ohio State. Stop the BS, bro. They put you up there every year. You're a top 5 team. Bro, it's just OSU. It's a fan base, bro. That it's the most insecure fan base in any sport. If you don't kiss the ring, nobody. You guys every year that can have nobody. They're gonna pick y'all to beat Michigan, win the Big Ten every year. Anyway, let's just go ahead.
I'll solve it right now.
We'll do this tomorrow on Johnny's show. We'll do this tomorrow.
It's great for clicks because Ohio State fans are going to show up and shit on everything that the media says.
Correct.
Okay. Notre Dame, Pitt. I got Pitt.
Yeah, I don't care, man. I hate Notre Dame. Pitt could get it done. I mean, my heart is saying Notre Dame, but I'm going with Pitt, bro. I'm going Pitt. I don't care.
Marcus? Notre Dame. I'm going Notre Dame.
Yeah, I was about to say I want to pick Pitt. I really do, but I'm going Notre Dame.
All right. A&M, Missouri. A&M, South Carolina.
South Carolina don't got it, man. It's A&M.
Yeah, I got A&M.
A&M.
Oh, yeah. Aggies, the 12th man, the home of the 12th man.
Aggies losing this season.
Texas, Georgia.
Ooh.
Georgia.
I got money on the line. I got Georgia.
Listen,
I got money on the line.
I think. Listen, fuck it. I know this is unpopular. I'm going with the Longhorns.
Wow.
I think they peaking.
You're going against my pockets, maniac.
That's interesting.
Brother.
That's interesting. I'm going Georgia. Every time I've gone Georgia, they do the same thing. They end up winning it by the end of the game. So I think that's what's going to happen.
I need you, Kirby. I need them eating wings in the second quarter like you did TCU. Can you do that for me?
Yo.
I need them eating wings on the sideline.
Yeah.
So all we got left is Josh's picks. You got picks, Josh?
No, we don't got game. Oh, that was game of the week. Jesus Christ.
That was game of the week. Yep.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it brief. We got some 12 o'clock games to go into. Some overs that I think some people should take. The South Carolina Texas A&M game look, at the end of the day, it's Lenora Sellers. It's Texas A&M's offense. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Plus, Texas A&M defense can't stop a cold. So go on the over on that. Wisconsin, Indiana. Indiana is going to look to score some points on Wisconsin because they can and because they got to get the taste of that Penn State game out of their mouth. So I think they're going to score a lot. Go the over with that one. And then the Notre Dame Pitt game, I'm still kind of stuck actually because it is a lot of run game. But like we said earlier, they're going to try to stop the run game. They're going to put it into CJ Carr's hands. I think I might go to over on that one too. Notre Dame's been scoring a lot of points this season. I think I'm going to lean to the over on that one. Keep it brief. That's what I got for this week.
Got you. And shout out to Marski, who became a YouTube member. He became a member. You should become a member.
Facts.
But yeah, that's all we got for this one for the most part. Any final thoughts from anybody?
Yeah,
man,
real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, Josh, no, just real quick. The post-game show, immediate reaction on the Maze Man channel. So for any Michigan Wolverines that want to talk the game after, come see us over there.
Got you.
Facts. Yeah, Greg Guest said something earlier that I wanted to address, but I can't find it. Oh, that OSU dude really said he's glad Tate is out. I did not say I was glad. I said I said verbatim, I should be happy because Brandon Ennis will get some burn, and the whole thing.
He did say that. You're right.
Maze,
you said it, Josh. Facts.
I would never be happy. Plus, I did not know that the rumors were that he was going to be out for the whole year.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't want that. But
y'all don't need to play us.
He not. Tate, you good, bro. Taten's not out for no year. He's good.
He might be out in this game though, and he should be. They don't even have Nico. We about to blow UCLA out.
Nah, this ain't. Yeah,
Pause.
Yeah, you should. Julian's saying shouldn't be playing past the second quarter, but we know Ryan Day is gonna pad them stats. So
I don't know.
What?
So?
Watch.
Do we think so?
Blue Wolverine has been a member for 2 months. He became a member. You should become a member. So that's all we got for this one, y'all. We appreciate y'all joining the big college football show at 11 that starts at 10:45. Shout out to our brother M3 Maze Madman. He's upset about something or another, but we appreciate y'all joining weekly. Like, share, and subscribe this. If you watch it afterwards, hype the video up, and we are out.